Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. It is the NNN Show. We're here to talk about the Smash Brothers community and a wide and broad amount of sexual allegations that's been happening within the community. It's been happening all through the video game industry, if you've been looking at it online. And the Smash Brothers community has had quite a lot. We're going to just go through some of it. And something today that I saw just was really, really disgusting. So let's have a look at some of the stuff here we got on the screen here. So this is a summary of sexual and non-sexual allegations, mega thread. Not all cases are the same. There are a broad range of stories here. Remember that anyone accused is innocent until proven guilty. Some comments have been deleted. They've kept the links for good measure. Some of the stories belong to multiple alleged offenders. So there's quite a lot here. And some of the names that unfortunately you may recognize and you would be following and be a supporter of some of these people. So some of them from, Agent Paper to Ali to one that stuck out was the female 24-year-old streamer who basically was sexually assaulting and having relations with a 14-year-old Smash Brothers player. I used to follow her on Twitter until the allegations came out, and obviously she's gone to ground. She hasn't said a word about what she's done wrong. And oddly enough, she was promoting and sort of going, women are going to stand up and be brave, and she was all for the Me Too movement until she was exposed for being one of the alleged sexual abusers. So, pretty funny, like even the people in the Me Too movement trying to make change, some of them are not very nice people at all. So, as we go on with these, and you can see there's just so much here, so many different players. And it's just shocking, the amount of players. And you think this is just from one video game. Imagine what other sort of allegations are there for other video games. One has already confessed to rape and picture taken of it. Narrow couple stories, multiple stories from different people. As you go down the list, it's just so crazy. Now, we will talk about a couple players. Now, Zero. Wow. Zero is one of the probably best players in the Smash community that we know of. And even he... what did he even do? Because I think he... Yeah. So he comes clean after sexual allegation. He was inappropriate. So basically he was sending inappropriate images to girls. Then he found out that they were underage. And then he kept doing it for some reason. Which is pretty disgusting. To girls as young as 14. And that is pretty difficult to... he's pretty much one of the biggest players that did the wrong thing here. Now, another name that we'll have a chat about. These are all the regional, being a woman in the Smash community, which is really, really hard. All these different experiences and stories that they've had related to exploitation, fetish, or degradation of women, racism, transphobia, thievery, etc. Even more stories. And it goes on. Now, Sky Williams... This is the part where I got really, really upset. And we'll go back to the main screen for now, before we go back. He actually did a Twitch stream with this whole outline of apology. He was going through, point 1, 2, 3, up to 5 or 6. And the disgusting thing was not only that he couldn't write this out, for some reason he didn't go to school for some fucking reason. he decided to do a stream instead, and he did a poll, and I don't have the tweet because he deleted it. He said, how should I do this apology? Should I do it in writing? Should I do a live stream or some other format? And I think 12% of people voted for live stream. And then he deleted the tweet and decided to do a live stream. So he does the live stream. The apologies itself doesn't sound like an apology at all. And he starts taking donations. He's taking donations during the stream from people for doing apologies about sexual assault allegations and what was happening in his house, which some pretty dirty type of people have been hanging around there. So for some reason, he had a lot of Smash players in his house that has had alleged sexual abuse of other players and that. And apparently he didn't know. He had no idea he was housing all these people, which makes no sense, doesn't it? So let's have a look at some of the other stuff that I have found, because it just keeps getting better. So this was a good article that I saw, and I'll probably put these links in the pinned comments. This is basically an experience of someone who lived in the Sky Williams house, and he's had multiple of houses. Apparently, this is the sort of part that is a bit weird. One-story house with 2 bathrooms and 20 people living there. Juice, Zero, MacD, Woody events occurred there. There was another house, a somewhat large house with 2 floors and a 3rd floor loft area that led to a roof. 15 people lived in it. Modest house with 2 floors, and then another one, which was the mansion, apparently. A mansion on top of a hill, 3 floors, maid's quarter, jacuzzis, pool, whatever. And another house. So some of the rules that Sky Williams had was do not under circumstances wake him up and notify him about guests that intend to visit. Now, apparently, he threatened to break something of value in every room unless he was paid $350 in cash for bringing over a guest to a house. Now, this was a tweet that was saved. And basically, it says, I'm not going to name names at all, and I will keep this vague. If people therein would like to confess, I don't mind. My goal isn't about any individuals. I saw a guest today, a guest I was not warned about in any facet of media with no receipts. Between the hours of 6 a.m. and 10 p.m, I will be breaking something of value in each of your rooms as I've clearly instructed from the house meeting. Or I get $350 cash on my desk and to me before 6 a.m. This is final, there's no exceptions. And then he goes on to say, best of luck to all of you. I'll be here waiting. There should be not any questions as my words are direct and clear. Nobody is exempt, not even people who pay rent. What? You may physically stop me, but if I feel like I can't beat you in a fight, I will just call the police and have you escorted away. And I'm sure that you all know I'm not kidding. Anyway, 6 a.m, $350, good luck. This guy sounds like an absolute cunt. And he was sitting there during the stream that I was watching, like late in the afternoon, taking donations from people. And then Twitch eventually cut the stream, and hopefully his account would be banned because it just makes sense. That sort of thing. So, is this going to be the end of all the allegations? No, I think you're going to see probably a lot more from the Smash Brothers community. And I wouldn't be surprised if all other video game sort of communities will have allegations such as this. So, what does it mean for the community? In terms of Nintendo, what they will do, they are going to stay the fuck away from the Smash Brothers community for like a decade. They're not going to do anything with the community anymore. This is it. Like, even the top prominent Smash Brothers players are getting stuck into these sexual allegations of the quicksand is coming and it's attracting all the bad players. They need to clean out the community, like a lot of them. Like, so many players need to leave, and they need to organize the community in a much more professional sense. This is basically run by children and teenagers and kids in their early 20s that seem to have no idea what they're doing, or they know what they're doing and they're using the game as a way to attract people to sexually assault, rape, all these terrible things, these alleged things that have been happening. So So my thoughts, I think the Smash Brothers community is a very toxic community that needs to completely transform itself to a point where it is unrecognizable from its current state. And Nintendo will have nothing to do with them. They'll probably go off and do Splatoon 2 tournaments or do no type of tournaments for the foreseeable future because of all these sexual assault allegations. Remember, Nintendo is a very family-friendly company. They were always very sus about doing tournaments and that and turning the games into competitiveness. And this coming out, they just won't work with the Smash Brothers community for a very long time. It will take such a long time for them to undo all the damage that has been done. So that is all I've got to say on the matter. It is a pretty terrible thing that's happened to so many people in that community that just wanted to play games. And unfortunately, that has not happened. So I will put these links in the pinned comment. So that is it for me, and I shall see you next time.